since we've seen the cryptocurrency market also rise massively, if your target is 20 million, and then somehow, some way, from 30 to 34 years old already, you hit that amount, you can sell it, you can get out, you can retire. And that's what makes it also interesting. And that's what I've been mentioning also over and over and over, that retirement is not a function of age. That if you're able to save enough, invest enough, and your savings and your investments are enough already, you can sell. Ways to sell are all different. Ways to sell is not a one-size-fits-all strategy. Hey guys, so we've seen the crypto markets do massively well from the crash of March 2020. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, BNB, Solana, and all of the other cryptocurrencies have made a big run. That being said though, there's still a lot of volatility in the middle, and a lot of people have been asking and sending questions also. When would be a good time to exit? When would be a good time also to take profits? When is the time to transfer or at least sell and liquidate positions? I want to start everything off with this. Your selling should be based on what you know. Your selling should be based on what your conviction is. I may share bits and pieces of iterations on how you could possibly do it, but please don't sell just because I talk about it here. It's your money, it's your responsibility. Talk to your financial advisor, do your own due diligence, study it hard, because nothing beats having a firm conviction on how you're supposed to deal with your money. One way for you to know when to sell is if there's anything that has changed in the crypto that you are currently hodling. The underlying reason on why you bought it, it's no longer there, then there's no reason to actually hold on to it even more. There's no reason. So when you have that scenario, by all means, it's okay to exit. By all means, it's okay to switch it and flip it to either stablecoins or to a token and coin that you believe in actually more. Number two is, of course, we've been talking about charts, we've been talking about technicals, and once you start to see those support lines or the trend line get broken, that's a very good area already to exit. That's a very good area already on you transferring your positions into stablecoins. And please do note that statement alone is something that's very subjective already. We all will plot our support and resistances differently. There will be one person who will plot a very long time horizon where this is their resistance level, this is their support level, meaning, just to illustrate it, if you draw your support here and you draw your resistance here and this is your margin, it will take some time before it hits the resistance, versus someone who's drawing their support here and drawing their resistance here. It's very small, and the distance between support and resistance is smaller, so the margin will also be smaller and the selling point will also be faster. The way you plot your charts, the way you use your technicals should determine how you should actually exit. Number one, if the underlying reason on why you bought the token or coin is no longer there, sell. When the technicals dictate that you sell, sell. Number three is this, and there are a lot of methodologies on this. Some people look at the halving cycle of Bitcoin. During its halving cycles, it pushes up, then stabilizes a bit, and based on that, they have particular projections on where it could possibly be. Then some people also use the stock to flow model, which compares the supply of Bitcoin as well, and there are certain projections with that. And a lot of people are pegging that, okay, Bitcoin 100,000, okay, Bitcoin December, and then we might wait a longer time again before the next halving cycle. Or if you're using the stock to flow model, a lot of people are saying that it should be around 100,000 for 2021. So depending on what methodology you're using, or depending on what's your reference point, and depending on how a lot of people perceive it, there's an ideology of people planning to sell at certain points this year. One way for you to actually do that is, if you're planning to actually sell this year, you can actually stagger it. Everything from the stock to flow model to Bitcoin halving, they're all projections, and the market is driven by supply and demand. The market is driven by our buying and selling, and that can be irrational. So there could be targets from the stock to flow model, there could be targets from the halving cycles, but it could surpass that day, it could go beyond that day. And it's nice to set targets or ideas or dates when you're supposed to exit. So if you're saying that, okay, I will exit this November 2021, then you can already start staggering your selling. Regardless of what happens in the market, say October, you will start to sell every week percentages of your positions, regardless if it's still going up, with the ultimate decision that somewhere around November, you've already liquidated everything. So that being said, for example, if you say you're gonna sell everything by the end of November, that means from the start of October to the end of November, you have around 8 weeks. So if you're gonna sell once a week, that means that you will sell 12.5% of your position of your portfolio on a weekly basis until you get to hit it. So that's one way also to look at it. That's one benchmark also, that it's based on a certain date that will trigger your area for selling. And please do note this before I proceed with the other things that I want to share. There's no right or wrong with this. That's why what's more important is you sell based on what you know, because these will work for different people, and what may work for different people may not also work for you. So the fourth way is actually this. You can actually already set a percentage. Set a percentage of when I hit this, regardless of what happens, if I'm up 50%, 100%, 200%, 300%, 10x, 20x, 30x, when my portfolio hits that, I could sell. The pitfall of that though is if you are too conservative with your percentage, the token or the coin is still in an uptrend, you might sell prematurely only to see it continually push up. Or in a way, if your percentage gain that you want to get is so high, so aggressive, there might be a chance also on the flip side that what if it doesn't hit that? For example, you put your target at, I want my portfolio to go up 7x. What if you are in 4x already and the market seems stoppish and it starts to drop already? Every time you use percentages, if it's too optimistic, if hindi matamaan yun and then it has gone up a bit and the market starts to correct, you may not be able to liquidate also. And one way also to solve that is you put specific tranches in where you sell. Okay, I will sell this percentage when I'm up 100%. I will sell this percentage when I am up 300%. I will sell this percentage when I am up 5x, so that should it not hit your ultimate selling area, you've already sold along the way. Sayang naman if I sell too early, but you don't know It will be hard to actually pinpoint when is the best area to actually do that. Another thing that I could think about is this. This is my perspective from a financial planning point of view. You can take out your positions once it has met your financial goal. And it also means that if the market is up, your positions are up massively, but you still have not met your financial plan or your financial goal, then you don't have to take it out. Meaning, okay, you're planning to invest this money for retirement. And as you started to compute, okay, I need to have somewhere around 20 million pesos for me to be able to retire comfortably. So when you start to invest, you say you're 30 years old and then you plan to retire say at 60. So that allows you also to become more aggressive. And what's interesting about that is this. At 35, you're at 8 million, you placed 1 million, you are up from 1 million to 8 million. That's also something that's very, very tempting. However, since it's not yet your goal to take out the money, because the plan for you to take out the money is for retirement, then you're not supposed to take it out also. Only take it out for the reason why you invested in it. Only take it out for the reason or the plan on why it's actually there. So if you're about to retire already, even if hindi mo pa natamaan yung 20 million goal mo, then by all means also, you need to actually take it out, because financial planning is so important in the way you would structure your investments. If it's at the point already where you need it because the goal is already there, retirement is there already, then take it out, sell. So even if it's at 17 million, 16 million, but you need the money already, sell, liquidate, use the money for your retirement, then try to figure out ways on how you can make up the difference later on. That being said, what's interesting about that is this. Since we've seen the cryptocurrency market also rise massively, if your target is 20 million, and then somehow, some way, from 30 to 34 years old already, you hit that amount, you can sell it, you can get out, you can retire. And that's what makes it also interesting. And that's what I've been mentioning also over and over and over, that retirement is not a function of age. That if you're able to save enough, invest enough, and your savings and your investments are enough already to take care of your expenses. And that's something you compute now. So I just gave this 20 million number because just for computation purposes or just for illustration purposes, but we will all have different numbers. For some, it will be lesser than 20 million. For some, it will be higher than 20 million. But when you start to compute that, and when you start to get that number ready, you can sell. Ways to sell are all different. Ways to sell is not a one-size-fits-all strategy. You're not supposed to listen to what everyone else is telling you. Because some will sell based on the merits of the technology, which is good. Some will sell based on the merits of the trend, the charts, and support and resistance, which is also amazing. Some people will sell because of a predetermined date, regardless of what they're using, the halving cycle, the stock to flow model, but a predetermined date. Some will also sell based on a certain percentage, which is good. But there will also be a group of people who will sell because they actually need the money. People always think that it's wrong for whales to sell because they're bringing the markets down. Please remember, what if they need the money? What if whatever parameters that they've set have already been hit? And please do remember that whales are just the same as us. They're in it to win it. They're in it to profit. And whenever those reasons on why they are selling are already hit, then they sell. I'll just add this, and it just naisip ko lang right now. Some people look also at the market cap when they think the market cap is too high already, or they think it may threaten or for an altcoin to be close to the market cap of Ethereum or close to the market cap of Bitcoin. Everyone is thinking that majority of the altcoins won't beat Bitcoin. Everyone is thinking that majority of the altcoins won't have a higher market cap than Bitcoin. So that being said, once it starts to move closer to that, that could also be a trigger for you to sell. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this. So, and I also want to know, what's your mechanism for selling? What's your trigger for selling? What are the things that you are looking at when you're starting to analyze your token or your crypto for you to sell? Put it down below if I may have missed something that will benefit a lot of people also. And please do remember this, whatever we talk about here, don't buy, sell just because it's talked about here. Not financial advice. Talk to your financial advisor. Find ways on how you can learn this on your own so that you build the conviction off of it. If this is something that benefited you, like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing. And this is Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.